Hi, my name is Jonathan McClellan, and I was one of the writers on the Darnaquan TOEFL Map speaking book. Today I want to tell you a little bit about the book and some of its unique and exciting features that will help you earn a higher score on the TOEFL test. Alright, so the book is divided into 4 sections. You can see the table of contents here. Part A introduces the test. Part B builds your skill set, consists of 6 chapters. Part C is more of a mastery section, which is also 6 chapters, and the book concludes with 2 actual tests in Part D. Alright, so Part A is basically an introduction of the test, introduces the book, each sections of the book, and so forth. And the later part here goes into detail about each of the 6 tasks that appear on the TOEFL speaking section. And it gives you some sample responses to help you understand the tasks well. Very good. Alright, Part B here is the first half of the main section of the book, divided into 6 chapters. Task 1 and 2 are organized very similarly. And here you're given ideas. This is one of the unique features of the book, is the idea boxes. If you answer these questions, you'll be able to come up with your own answer more easily and more effectively. You can see Task 1 and Task 2 are similar in that regard. And we also provide transitions and canned phrases to help you as you speak, to develop a more fluid response. Part B, Tasks 3 and Task 4 are similar. Unlike other books, we have you start off first with some vocabulary, and then you listen to and analyze a sample response. Now, the sample response is an ideal response. From that, you want to try to deduce with the topic of the reading passage and try to figure out what the contents of the listening were. And then you go on to do the actual reading. We have some questions here, comprehension. And then you do the listening and take notes. Ultimately, you come up with your own response, but based on what you've done before, you can come up with a better, stronger response because you have a deep understanding of the reading and the listening. And Task 4 is very similar. You start with the sample response, analyze it, you do the listening with the note-taking, and come up with your own response. Part 5 and 6 are again similar. They both start with the sample response. From there, you deduce the problem and the solutions given in the listening before doing the actual listening and making your own response using a plan and the transitions, canned phrases as well. It's very similar in that regard. And Task 6 is once again very similar. These vocabulary words are commonly used on the TOEFL, and if you use these words and can model your response so that it's similar to the sample response, you will earn the highest possible score on that section. Okay, so that's the first part, Part B. Part C is slightly different. Now, of course, it's a practice section, but unlike the earlier parts, you're not given the idea boxes. At this point, we expect you to have your own ideas, and you simply go at it. Now, we do provide a tip for you to answer the question more easily, but you're expected to come up with these on your own. We still provide the transition cans and phrases for you. Now, there is a sample response. It comes at the end. You listen to the sample response after you've given your own, and you grade it, much like the actual raters on the TOEFL test will do. By doing this, you can understand the process of getting a high score on the TOEFL speaking section. You'll see Task 2 is very similar. You have to grade the sample response at the end. Task 3, again, the sample response is not at the beginning. We go straight into the reading and then the listening. And then you come up with, we have the critical analysis questions here where you have to analyze what you've been given rather than analyze the sample response. The sample response is given at the end. Once again, you have to grade it. And Task 4 is similar. Task 5, again, it's up to you at this point to develop your own response based on the listening. We have the critical analysis questions here to get you thinking more about how you're going to answer the response in a more detailed, fluent way. Planning section, transitions, and the grading once again. And finally, the book finishes with the actual test. These two tests mimic the 6 tasks as they appear on the actual TOEFL test. And that's our book. I hope you purchase it and enjoy it and learn a lot and get a great score on the TOEFL. Thank you.